record. Okay. I hit record. All right. Welcome to our call. February 16th. And behind me, you will see my husband. I'm sorry he's there. It's fine. All right. So first, you guys probably just saw this on Facebook, but I wanted to use it as my Facebook. This was my big announcement. I'm pretty excited about.
Woohoo! That was so cool.
I'm pretty excited about it. I ran it by Chase earlier, and I was like, is this really as cool as I think it is? Because I think it's pretty cool.
It's totally cool.
I think it's cool. 100,000 coaches in our company, and our team is number 830, which is a big number, but that's gone up like 200 in the last month or two. So
that's awesome. Fabulous.
Really, all the credit goes to you all because, like, my ranking or whatever is based off of what you all do. Does that make sense? So, like, I get points for what my coaches do. So, so thanks, guys. Good job. So, and I also just want to say that with this ranking, that I always hope for our environment to be supportive and encouraging and educational all at the same time. So, like, if it's not that way at some point, let me know, because I always want you guys to feel encouraged and empowered and never like pressured or something like that. Does that make sense? Like, I want you all to feel like this is your business and that you have control over it and that I'm just here to support you all. So that's that. Okay. Here are a few announcements. 22-minute hardcore, most of you guys know this, releases March 1st. So there is an email collector. And if you guys want to use it, I would encourage you all to write that link down. Only use your coach ID instead of mine. So you guys can set that up and send that to potentials who are interested in the program. And then they can they'll get an email when it's available and they can purchase off of that.
Wait, what do you do with that?
So they can go to this site, and it has to have your coach ID at the bottom, obviously.
Okay.
And then they can go there. They put in their email address and stuff, and then they're shot an email when it's available.
Perfect.
So they'll be alerted, and you get credit for it. Also, right now there are discounts going on for the packages, not this challenge packs, but the packages of P90X, X2, X3, Brazilian butt lift, and Insanity. So if you've ever wanted those programs, and now might be a good time, like the P90s were like over 50% off. If you've been wanting that, you might want to like try something new, go for it. Of course, those are also available on Beachbody On Demand, so maybe you don't want to. Also, Shakeology 7-day samplers now available. This includes cafe latte, so like that might be a good way for you to try flavors or to have someone try flavors. My only hesitation with that is that, like, if someone, like a potential, doesn't like the flavor, then they're like, oh, never mind, I don't like Shakeology, never mind. But then, I mean, we all know, like, most of us probably didn't like Shakeology the first time we drank it, but we made it work. Like, you just make it, Alyssa called me and was like, I don't like this.
I was like, I'm going to vomit. What's happening to me?
Figured it out. And so that's what I generally tell people, like, don't discount it on the texture or the flavor, because I've never had someone that I can't work with that doesn't like it in it. So that's that. Okay. So our quick discussion for tonight. So we've been talking a lot, and a lot of us are saying this month is slow for us, which is kind of surprising because, it's the beginning of the year and everyone's like maybe still on their resolution kick, maybe. But so what are you personally doing to step it up and get those SC points? For me, I know personally, I'm trying to step up my invites. I'm trying to step up my friend requesting because I feel like my network is saturated. And I have to add to that to get more points. So that's my current project. So I'm trying to step up my invites, but then I'm like, I don't know who to invite because I've invited everyone. that's my personal position. What are you guys doing? I mean, and maybe we can pull each other's ideas. I don't know.
Katie, did you watch the call today? I just watched it tonight while Jay was putting together our fourth piece of furniture. The one today with, gosh, I can't even remember her name now, Megan Yalea or someone, and it was in like the Beachbody Champions page or something.
I didn't
I don't
watch that. I saw that they were doing it though. Was it good?
It was okay. I mean, they had a script, but what they did, which it was kind of cool, like I was thinking about it for my team, but it was about doing a live power half hour. And so what they did was they, with their team, they walked them through, okay, like this is how you add to your network, and let's all do it. Let's all take 4 minutes together and do that now. And they kind of showed how they did it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always just add people based on like Facebook's, like the friends, that come across, and they were talking about how they'll like go to like a friend's friend list, and they'll scroll past all the people. And if they have any more than, if they have at least 10 mutual friends, they add them from their friends page. Does that make sense? From their friends friend list.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think I'm frozen. Am I frozen? I might be frozen.
Yeah.
So I've never done that, but I'm doing it now.
I have heard of that, and it does sound like a really good strategy. And I like the power hour thing. Like, I think that is a good tool. The collective power hour or whatever, power half hour you could even do.
Yeah.
That way, I mean, sometimes it's hard for me to even convince myself to sit down with no distractions and not fixer-upper in the background. And that's what I dig. And just do it. But it takes so much longer if I have fixer-upper and the dog and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were talking about how, so like they'll sit down for their power hour, and like they might do like, okay, I'm going to do 20 invites, and they literally have their little script up, and they copy it. They click on the little button on Facebook that has like the live chat, where it'll list all the people that are actively online.
Yeah.
And they just start clicking. And she said, if a recent conversation doesn't pop up, that's someone you should be inviting. So they just copy and paste that all into there. And she says they'll do 20 of those. And if they write back immediately, they don't even look at it. She was like, that first 10 minutes is solely just for inviting.
Right.
And then, she's like, I'll go back to follow-ups later. But I kind of thought that was a good idea, because sometimes like I'll start inviting and then someone will message me and I'll get sidetracked in all my inviting because I'll be messaging back. You know what I mean? So I kind of thought that was a cool idea too. But yeah, it's slow for me. Slow.
Yeah, it really is. And I can't decide why it is. Like, I don't know. But
I don't know. It's the pits.
Erica, Alyssa, what do you guys think? It's Team Cup, and I think Erica has her only SC point right now.
Yeah, I think.
Good job, Erica.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for pulling the weight of our team.
I do what I can. I think I started like out at the beginning of the month with like doing the invites, and I fell off the wagon. And I'm trying to focus on like follow-ups because I have people at work that are asking, and then lots of family, because like that's how I got Nicole, because she was asking me about it just from seeing my posts. So, and then just every now and then someone will make like an interesting comment on one of my posts, so I try to follow up with them. I don't know. So, but I'm just learning, trying to figure that out.
I think you're doing a great job, especially just, you've just dove. Yeah, that's the right verb for that. Just have dove in, and I think that's great. I think you'll see a lot from that. And even if it's not this month or whatever,
yeah,
like it compounds and it grows.
Yeah, your posts are great, and you seem to get a lot of action on them. So
especially with
That's really good.
like, people just love that.
She's pretty cute.
It's like having a
She's
baby.
very cute.
I dig her. Although today I could only do like 14 minutes of my workout, and then she was like crawling all over me, like, you, and I was like, okay, and we're done. So I do the other when she went to bed. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm just trying to feel it out a little bit. So
Yeah, you're doing a nice job. You really are.
I don't know. I was doing like really well being consistent at the beginning of the month, and I like kind of ran out of steam with my invites and my posts. I felt like I was being really redundant and like getting the same people all the time who were commenting or liking. And I sent all of them invites, and I'm just like really bad about when somebody comes back to me and they give me a reason why they can't do it. I'm really bad at pushing that farther because I very much just want to be like, oh, okay, like, thanks, talk to you later. And like on the Beachbody, or the on like the big group page, like Anita's page, people are always like, how would you respond to this? And I don't. And because I don't like to, if somebody tells me, like the most recent one I got, this girl was really interested. I sent her a bunch of information and she was like, honestly, I kind of already do this. Like, I have these workout videos that I do every day. I eat clean. I do portion control, and I drink this protein shake that's really been working well for me. So thanks for the information, but I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
And like, do I really want to start this debate? Like, Shakeology is so much better, or do I just leave it?
I would have said, sounds like you'd be an awesome coach.
Right.
there you go.
That's true.
That could be a great, you should write her back. Sounds like you'd be an awesome coach.
Isn't that annoying though?
I think you might think
Probably
it's
is.
annoying, but was it annoying when I asked you?
You didn't ask me. I asked you.
That's true.
Oh, snap.
Well, I just think of it, someone who said that recently, probably Bonnie Engel, because I like her, that
No,
like,
she did say that. She said, why would you think that's, why is that a bad thing? You didn't think it was a bad thing.
right, yeah, like you didn't think it was a bad thing when someone encouraged you to start coaching or whatever, like you weren't offended by that, so don't just assume someone's going to be offended, and if they are, then that's on them. But also, like, your objections that you get, you can always use that as a post. Bonnie Engel also said that.
I know she did.
Can we get a meet and greet for Katie and Bonnie Engel, please?
Seriously.
Can she just fangirl it out for Bonnie Engel?
I probably need to like start copywriting her with everything. She's gonna be like,
With your life.
Hashtag got this from Bonnie Engel.
right. I'll start putting that at the bottom of like my iron
Your disclaimer.
from Bonnie Engel. It's fine.
Bonnie Engel said.
So Erica asked, I think it was Erica, I might be making that up,
Me.
to talk about follow-ups. And I think
That's
this
me.
is a great topic because then I watched a video, not by Bonnie Engel, by Megan Ewelton, who is also pretty cool. And I actually really like the things I pulled out of this. So thanks for asking this because I learned something. So the art of the follow-up. She said, first things first, be genuine. So like actually care that they should do this. And, it's not just about the challenge pack, but like impacting this person's life. And build that relationship to show that you care. Ask questions so that to keep the conversation going, and don't wait too long to respond, because if you wait too long, then they might go with someone else. And so this was an idea that she had, was let your prospect know when to expect the follow-up. So say something like, okay, great. How about I'll follow up in the next 2 days, or I'll check back on Monday. And then that way they know that you're going to be sending it. Because a lot of people are going to say, I actually said this to Mona when she asked me, you know what, I have to check with my husband before I spend this kind of money, but I'll get back to you. And she checked in 2 days later and she said, so what did Chase say? And I was like, crap, I didn't ask him, but it's fine. So, I mean, but if people know you're coming back in 2 days, then they'll think about it. They'll really investigate what it is. They'll ask their spouse. They'll, you know, kind of think about it more as opposed to just like not really think about it. They kind of have a deadline type of thing. So 2 days later, say, hey, I just wanted to see if you had thought about the challenge group. The start date is just around the corner, and I don't want you to miss it. So that was her wording, and I really like that because I feel like I tend to say, like, I wanted to check to see if you're interested. I would love to have you in this group. But this makes it sound so much more exciting. I don't want you to miss it. Like, that sounds more exciting than I'd love to have you. She said, don't say, hey, are you ready to buy your contract yet? Because that shows you're only in it for the sale. Okay. Effective communication. So she said, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I actually have tried the calling your prospects. It was a very good conversation. She did not end up buying because her husband poo-pooed on it. But she was very interested at the time. I wish I had been able to talk to her husband on the phone because I think I could have convinced him. Try using voice recorder. And sometimes I think this is kind of annoying when people do this. But I also think it's good because people can hear your tone of voice. Like and they can hear your passion. They can, as opposed to just like typing on a computer, that people can't hear what you're trying to say. They can't hear that you're actually genuine. They just might just think that you're just a new MLM person and you're trying to get their money, you know, but as opposed to, oh, I actually care about you. I want you to have I've gotten out of this. So hearing your personality might create the connection needed for a long-time customer as opposed to just a challenge pack sale, which what we want is long-term customers. Not because, you get more commission from it, but also we're trying to change lives here, not just get one, not just have people buy something and have them fail at it is what I'm trying to say. So my challenge to you all is to try this week. I'm not saying you guys have to call your prospects, although it's a good idea. But maybe you try using the voice recorder and see, do you guys know how to do that on the Messenger app? And I don't know, let us know how it goes. Maybe that's what February needs to kick its butt into gear. Because it's been really slow. Like crickets over here. Okay. Next week, I want to try our call at 9:30 to 10 because I know this is a little late, but I promise we'll be off by 10. I know Veronica has a conflict, but she's usually home by 9:30. So I want to see if she can hop on at 9:30. And we're going to talk about forming relationships, which FORM is an acronym that people use in the Beachbody world. And so we'll talk about that then. Okay. So 9:30 next week. 9:30.
Sounds good.
And that's all.
I got a call from Carl today. Did you guys get that?
Yes. I got that too. I'm going to stop recording real quick before you guys